Hey, Misha, how are you, buddy? Just a quick question. Did Uber call you regarding regarding fleets or anything like that? No,
They did not call me or email me, no.
Exactly. No, I haven't heard anything either. I was just wondering if they proposed like a franchise model to you.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Did they propose it to anybody that you know of?
Well, they're putting it in the news, and I mean it's in multiple news channels today that the fleet operators would become franchise owners, you know, so that they can bypass the laws. But I've been reaching out to several other.
Bypasses the law, correct?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, that's the only one that bypasses the law. But I mean,
if they shut down Uber Black or no?
No, I can't see them shutting down Uber Black because you are operating under those California TCP guidelines. You know what I mean?
Torsten, hold on a second. I have a driver calling me. One driver. 1 second. Let me ask what she wants.
Okay. The question is whether they are going to be franchise models. Me doesn't think so. Yes. Okay.
Christine, what did you hear on the news today?
I just saw on the news that there's going to be there's been a temporary fleet app made. They didn't talk about it enough. I didn't, you know, I started Googling it, trying to find it, but I couldn't. So that's why I was reaching out to you, because some fleet owner is going to know about that. But there's a temporary app that's been made for the fleets in case Uber app, you know, in case they shut it down.
Michael,
did you hear about it?
Well, they are definitely working on it. They're looking at different options. They're looking at setting up an employment model, a franchisee model. The question is what they do. The question is what they do tonight. I mean, tonight is midnight. They have to make a decision. You know, if they don't comply, the state shuts them down. So, do they roll out a fleet franchise model? But in that case, they would have contacted all of us or all the operators and said, hey, you know what? We're going to be switching to a franchise model, and you'd have to agree to that. I mean, you're not just going to randomly be forced into a franchisee position. You know what I mean?
Christina made a good point. What if they shut down the whole Uber app? Then Uber Black will be shut down also, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's why they brought it up. I think, first of all, I'm kind of confused about it, like everybody else. I know that they're keeping Uber Eats open.
Yes.
So if they're going to keep Uber Eats, why aren't they keeping us as essentials? Just because of the clientele that we move.
Right.
You know, I mean, seriously, I mean, we handle the tourists, we handle it, even if there's not much going on, we handle it. So I don't know. I don't know, but I heard about the fleet app, and I wanted to call you immediately and find out if you knew. You know, it's not for sure. If the judge says, if the judge accepts the appeal, right?
No, the judge has already ruled against the appeal. They have filed a reprieve. A reprieve means punish us later. That, you know, they're buying time, and the judge said no. You got to be in full compliance by midnight. So by the 20th. The question is, you know, they may keep the TCP drivers on the road because that's like different licensing. I don't think they would switch the fleet operators off overnight. It's not going to happen. The other ones.
It would really crush the industry. I mean, it'd be horrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they want to do what they did in Austin, Texas, and other ones, is shut down and then buy time till November, and then in November they're hoping to get a yes on 22. You know, on the. But I mean, they would literally destroy their market in California. I mean, these drivers would go elsewhere, the riders would go elsewhere, but I don't think they're going to comply.
Do you know how to make a new app?
A new what?
But where else to go?
We need to make an app.
A roadmap.
Well, no, I'm serious. I mean, shit.
Yeah, this is serious shit, no doubt about it. But I say they're bluffing. I say it's the royal bluff. I really do. You know, I honestly think they have to work something out with the state. I mean, they absolutely cannot afford to just shut the doors. I mean, and they would have told you something, Michael. They would have told me something.
That will be just stupid if they shut it down.
I agree.
Completely stupid.
I mean,
it would stop in the chaos that we're in.
Like common sense out of the window.
Totally.
Well, look at our world. Our world's bureaucracy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the normal thing would be judge extends an appeal till November
Yes.
and says, okay, let the people decide. Fuck it. You know? Whatever people will say. If they say they're independent contractors, let them stay. If they're workers, then let Uber change the whole thing. So, but shutting it down right now, it's just completely stupid.
But I mean, if California gives them.
We're not Dara, though. We're not the guy. You know, he's looking at it as a model, a business model.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, anyway.
But you know, Michael, you know what's interesting, and I mean, I ran a franchise in South Africa. If they force the operators to become franchisees, right? They have to obviously pay you and everyone else a royalty, right? But you're not an employer. You're as a franchisee, you're an independent contractor, right? And that independent contractor hires his own employers. Now, if you as the franchisee have problems with the employees, with your drivers, you have to face that music. The franchisor who gives you the franchise does not deal with your employees. So no driver, no operator would ever agree to a franchise model. Never, ever, never. You know, that it's not going to happen. I mean, you look up the laws, how a franchise is operated. You would never do it. I would never do it.
You know what I'm going to do, Michael? If that goes down, I'm just going to take my cards and I'm going to take them to every spot out here. And I bet you I'll be busy.
You'll be busy. You know who's smiling if this gets shut down? The taxi industry and the shuttle industry.
Are you kidding? That's going to answer to their prayers. They're going to be so happy to get their business.
Yeah, taxi cab will be worth $100,000.
Yeah. buy your taxi license today. Exactly.
Right. Again, I know I'm not doing that. But you know what? I think that, anyway, in regards to that, I'm going to get business cards right now so I can give, because I could do that where I live. Easy. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to really recruit like crazy private people.
Not really. It'd be a high demand because I'm just going to go to every single restaurant. I've lived out here 25 years.
Yeah. No, I mean it's very easy to build out. It's very easy to build out your private clientele.
It'll be really easy for me to have a plan B, my own. But I'd love to be on a food app. Or if you guys know a tech, let's make one. Seriously.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, there's a.
Oh my God.
There's
everybody in Beverly Hills to Mountain. You know, you'd be like,
yeah. There's a few companies trying to move into California quickly, and they're actually operating in other cities. They're looking at the legalities of setting up right now. I'd have to send you that link, Michael. Okay, buddy. Hey, keep me informed, all right?
Okay. You too, Thorsten. If you hear any news, let me know, okay?
I will. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Christine. Thank you for your feedback. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Be safe. Bye-bye. Okay. So, as a fleet operator, understanding the franchise laws, I honestly don't think they could switch overnight and say, okay, all of these fleet operators, right, are now franchisees, right? We deal with franchisees. And you have to ask yourself, firstly, a lot of people don't even know, maybe don't know, and I'm sorry, I'm speculating, but don't understand the true definition of franchise. What is a franchise? A franchise is a type of license that a party, a franchisee, acquires to allow them to have access to a business franchisor's proprietary knowledge, process, and trademarks in order to allow the party to sell a product or provide a service under the business name. So the fleet operator would have to become a franchisee and then have full access to that proprietary knowledge, processes, the trademarks, in order to allow that fleet operator to operate as a franchisee. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I have not been contacted. I've just on the phone had one of the biggest fleet operators in Los Angeles, good friend of mine. We do a lot of business together. Hasn't even heard from them. And they can't just at midnight. This is why I know this whole franchise thing is a big bullshit bluff towards California, because none of these operators have been contacted. None of them have been contacted. The only thing they have done, and I'm going to show you this later, is that they have reached out to riders, passengers, and sent them emails, right? Sent them emails saying, hey, we may have to shut down tomorrow. This is happening and going down in 24 hours, right? Who got themselves to this point, at this point here, right? At this junction, Uber and Lyft. They were digging the hole, digging it deep, and now they can't climb out the hole, right? They should be knocking on the doors of the California Labor Commissioner and Attorney General and say, listen, how do we work this out? Not threaten, oh, we'll shut it down. Not threaten the riders, shut it down. If you threaten, shut it down. Shut it down at midnight tonight. You're going to do your business so much harm. You even heard it from another very big fleet operator. That would be the dumbest, most stupid thing to do. Shut it down, right? And to come out and make this big announcement, the New York Times reported on this, that they will become franchisees, right? The fleet operators, is also BS, because none of these fleet operators have been informed. When a business wants to increase its market share, increase its geographical reach at a low cost, it may create a franchise for its product and brand name. A franchise is a joint venture between a franchisor and a franchisee, and the fleet operator is supposed to be a franchisee. Ain't happening, right? And now another one. What are the average or typical royalty percentages in a franchise? Usually it's 5 to 6%. Look at McDonald's. I sued McDonald's, by the way, in the past, and I won that lawsuit. Big lawsuit, right? They settled with me. And McDonald's, the franchisee, McDonald's only pays McDonald's, the franchisor, 5 to 6%, maybe even 4%. But these fees, by the way, can also range, right? There is no way that Uber would allow an Uber fleet operator to become a franchisee, and that franchisee, the fleet operator, would only have to pay 5 to 6% back to the company. Not going to happen. But some of these fees can range from 1 to 50%, right? Or more revenue, depending on the franchise and industry. Let's even take 50%. Do you honestly think, and this is why I think it's a huge bluff, right? The franchise thing is a huge bluff, and the state knows it, that franchising is a huge bluff. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Fleet operators are not going to become franchisees, because even at the max, Uber would have to, the norm is 4 to 6%, right? Take that from the operators. But now the operators would have to pay a max of 50%. Uber is not going to operate and give the fleet operator 50%, right? And then he still has to take care of all of his drivers. We have to pay all the drivers, right? Because those would be employees. A business model that makes no sense, and the judge would attack it right away. Now, The franchisees are independent contractors, right? Those franchisees would have to be independent contractors, right? Franchising is about teaching franchisees how to be self-sufficient because they are fully responsible for their day-to-day operations. Uber cannot jump into the Uber fleet's business affairs and say, this is how you have to run it. No, no. The franchisee, the fleet operator, has to have his independence, right? They have to run the day-to-day operations as they wish. And at the same time have access to all the knowledge, the licenses, etc., etc. It's not going to happen. Cannot set this up as a franchisor model. Franchisees are not in any partnership or joint venture with the franchisor, and in a sense are independent contractors being taught how to operate a business while maintaining your brand standards, right? An independent contractor is a self-employed taxpayer, whether operating as a sole proprietor, a limited liability company or corporation, who controls his or her own employment circumstances, right? So you as the fleet operator would have to create your own employment circumstances, create those relationships, pay those individuals out. The rates would go through the roof because that franchisor, Uber, would still want at least 50% of your monies. Would not make mathematic sense at all, right? So I want to show you that as far as the legalities go. Another big thing is franchises are not liable for franchisees' labor violations. So a fleet operator would never enter into a relationship with Uber as the franchisor, fleet operator as the franchisee. Why? Because the franchisee, right, the fleet operator has to create all those relationships, set up all those employment contracts, and if the driver sues the fleet operator, the franchisee, over wrongful deactivation, right, or whatever the case may be, the lawsuit is then filed by the driver against the franchisee, the fleet operator, right? Fleet operator says, WTF, I'm not handling this. This is your baby, Uber. Cannot do it. The franchisors are not liable for the franchisee's labor violations. So however the fleet operator screws up as a franchisee, the franchisor, my hands are clean. Do you honestly think that a fleet operator would enter into a relationship with Uber knowing all the lawsuits, right? Knowing that you're not even making money, right? You're not even making money. So moral of the story, and I haven't even jumped in and acknowledged one single person yet, which I will. Moral of the story is that this is all smoke and mirrors, this franchise threat. More realistic would be that they shut down tonight, right? They shut down. Uber tells California users, there it is, its service may be suspended by sending alerts to their phones, to the passengers, to the riders, after legal ruling that forces it to class drivers as employees. Uber on Tuesday night sent a warning to California users about the service. Fear marketing, right? Trying to like, hey, you know what? They're taking away these privileges from you. If we do make it to the November ballot, don't forget about us. Vote yes on 22. They will send so many reminders and try and rally up the riders and the public. I just ask the public to stand behind the drivers and not fall for this cheap trick. Uber and Lyft, dear riders, dear passengers, got you here. And if they are abandoning you tomorrow, it's not the driver's fault, right? It's definitely not your driver's fault. It's the company's fault. So how could you go out and vote for the company yes on 22 in November? Now, I have a lot of people, and I allow people to leave their messages in the stream, right? And unless you're being racist or whatever, I delete you, I kick you out the channel. But I have a lot of people saying, I want yes on 22. I want to remain an independent contractor. And I understand that. I understand that, and I respect the fact that you want to be an independent contractor. But what you may not know is under the true definition of an independent contractor, you are not an independent contractor, right? Independent contractors have way more privileges. independent contractors should never fear retaliation because you're taking or not taking a trip, right? So you think you have the flexibility, and you certainly have some flexibilities. You can choose when. I think it's a great thing. I think that needs to be in this hybrid law. You can choose whether you want to drive day or night, once or twice a week, right? That's got to be in that new law. So I'm on the side of most of the people that are trying to vote yes on 22, right? Because what I'm thinking is they enjoy those elements of this semi-independent contractorship, right? The freedom to choose when and where to drive, right? But the true freedom only comes in when you will not be deactivated, not be retaliated against. You can choose your destinations. You can ignore a trip. You can accept a trip, right? And that should be for all cities. Let's say 900 cities worldwide that they operate in, right? Everyone should enjoy those freedoms. So I get it. I totally get it and support those people. Some drivers that say, oh, I have this flexibility. It's good enough. I'm making enough money to survive, right? I'm okay with it. So I'm going to vote yes on 22. But we can achieve so much more. We can truly achieve so much more. Payman Ali says Uber needs to actually support the driver operations on the ground, no matter what. Sorry, that jumped up there. No matter what kind of contract relationship they want to call it. Thank you for saying that, right? So the company said ride sharing in California may be suspended. That's what they told the riders in this text message. Hey, we may be suspending. Riders like, okay, rider gets this message. Oh, wow. Uber is threatening to suspend. Wow, what's that all about? Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know about AB5. Okay, what are my options here? My means of transport. Oh my God, I got the same message from Lyft. They're going to suspend. Who am I going to drive with? Oh, I may have to go to take a taxi, or I may have to drive myself, or I may have to carpool with someone with a mask. So for those next 60 to 90 days, they will look at options. The question is, in November, when it comes to voting time, are they going to vote yes? And because the company is pushing out all these $110 million marketing, hey, sign up with us again, we're back in the mix. Screw you. Where were you during the pandemic, right? You left me stranded. You left the driver stranded. Good luck to Uber and Lyft with that attitude. I would say the investor said, Dara, John Zimmer, how did you get us here? Oh, we classified the drivers as, we're not a driving platform. We classified it as a technology platform. That plan backfired. Our attorneys, Tony West, and all these senior and special counsel advised us to, follow this legal argument. That backfired. Oh, okay. So you're admitting, CEOs, that you got yourself in this position, and now we lose our biggest market, right? A Cloudness. Look at what Cloudness, the little troll, says. You are the Hitler of rideshare. Firstly, my friend, that name Hitler, if used today, is by extremely far right wingers, right, that may still have swastikas or logos, right? What the person did in history was atrocious, right? One of the most evil humans in mankind, and comparing me to Hitler, sweetheart, Mr. Cloudness, whoever you are, good luck. I don't wear that badge. And if you are here to be a troll and stir it up, I would say, just for that type of vile comment, right? Cloudness, that's you, whatever your name is. You're hiding behind the clouds, right? I believe in sunshine and blue skies, clarity. You obviously operate in the clouds. Bye-bye. So little fun with a little troll there, right? You gotta have a little fun, right, ladies and gentlemen? Jose Almeida says, Uber drivers are not the core of our business. You're quoting Tony West's words. Yeah, exactly. So what are we then? I guess people drive themselves, right? Yeah. You're right. I mean, Jose, they're making you 100% right. They make a complete fool of themselves when they say, oh, we're not a transportation company, we're a technology company, and, drivers are not really drivers. I mean, it's just a wishy-washy, sloppy legal argument that did not fly. They are here, and if they're threatening to shut down, shut down. Now, who do I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for all the California drivers tomorrow. Let's just say, that cannot switch on their apps tomorrow and get a message, sorry, because of the laws, we have to wait till November the 3rd. And you would have put millions of people, well, I don't know if it's a million people, but you would have put a lot of people into a very, very dangerous position. All of those people are going to look for other jobs right now. They're going to be signing up on Uber Eats, maybe not even on Uber Eats because they're so disgusted with that move that Uber made. They'll be signing up with Postmates, with Amazon Flex. You will see a rush tomorrow. If indeed they shut down, there will be a rush of drivers looking and jumping onto other jobs, right? Onto other jobs. And at the same time, right, people will jump here. Listen to this one here. Sorry, I'm jumping around a lot, but you can follow the thread. That Uber and Lyft competitors will be prepared to grab market share in California, right? Ride-hailing competitors to Uber and Lyft are already preparing to seize the moment if the industry leaders decide to pull their services in California while fighting a new labor law, right? So such a decision could leave room for new competitors, even taxi drivers, to step into the void. There is a company that I want to give a brief shout out. Startups prepare to swoop in, right? They're going to swoop in if they can see that. And Ride Austin did that successfully when Uber and Lyft exited Austin. They had a great field day until Uber and Lyft return. So expect that same pattern to happen in California. Alto, A-L-T-O, give them a shout out. A Texas-based rideshare service had planned to expand to California by 2021. CEO Will Coleman said Alto now hopes to be there no later than early November. Well, in November, Alto, that's a little bit late. You should have made your move right now, tomorrow. If you could have, you should have switched on. If you're going to wait till November, Uber might get a yes on 22 and be back in the mix, right? Because the public, the citizens of California might back them. So, if you are a startup that wants to swoop in, you should have been following this and you should have been ready, right? You should have been ready. Alto has had an employee-based driver model since its inception. So they've worked with that already, right? Lowering the regulatory hurdles it will have to jump to get set up in California. I tell you, California would roll out the red carpet for Alto if they set up in such a manner. Coleman said that the model allows Alto to better control the rider experience, which is especially important for clearing procedures related to COVID-19. The reality is that having W-2 workers is actually significantly more innovative than having contractors in the transportation space, Coleman said. Now, if I'm Uber or Lyft, or if I'm the state of California, I invite this guy, give him a free plane ticket to this Coleman guy who runs the CEO of Alto, and I say, listen, come to the table and share with us how you did it, right? Share with us how you did it. Bring your expertise. Let's pay you for your expertise. Let's work out a gig hybrid model where the drivers are not losing out. They still have their flexibility. They can choose, they can set their rates, right? And they pay something into the system. The rates for the riders and passengers gets increased by 15, 20%, so that California makes some money. They shut up. The Uber and Lyft still keep the business going. They're okay. And the driver the gig worker makes more money. And I'm sure that this Coleman dude, right? I would love Mr. Coleman to come onto this show, right? Show us how you did it in Texas, the Texas way, right? Fundamentally, what we can control is actually the most important part of our business, which is supply. The challenge that Uber and Lyft have with independent contractors is that they have zero control over their supply. Coleman said Uber and Lyft's extra supply benefits consumers through low prices, but it drives down pay for workers and leads to an excess of cars on the road. At Alto, rather than incentivize drivers to go to less populated place with surge pricing, the company forecasts demand to optimize its fleet. Coleman acknowledged that means drivers are slower to arrive than Uber and Lyft, but said Alto has prioritized other parts of the experience. We're never going to be as quick as Uber or Lyft, Coleman said. In many central businesses districts, you might be able to get an Uber or a Lyft literally seconds, if not in a minute or two. We don't optimize for that. We tell our customers, look, expect us to be there in 10 minutes, no matter what, and we deliver on that promise like 99% of the time. Another startup, Arcade City, is no stranger to swooping into cities in a standoff, okay? So maybe Arcade City, never heard of them, Arcade City. Never really looked into Alto. But hey, get in here, mix it up, right? Show them who's boss. But this here, ladies and gentlemen, this to me, Uber saying that they are pondering a shift to a franchise model, not going to happen. And I gave you all the reasons why. I even had a very, very successful fleet operator on the phone. It's not going to happen. Tim the Maniac Miller, I was trying to be funny. Expert's choice. Oh, okay, I heard Ride Pro say Uber Eats will continue. Yes, they will continue. Baradar says 75-25 is fair. Sure, exactly. That is the way it should be. Nifty 50s life. FUCK trip. That is a thing of the past. Should never happen and won't happen. I mean, Bob McNulty, if you guys haven't done your research on Bob McNulty, if you don't know what you're spending $150 on, then you deserve to lose that $150. Bob McNulty is what I call a start cycler. In life, even in real estate, you will never become a successful real estate agent or broker if you get all the leads in the world and you cannot follow through and complete and get a commission. Bob McNulty operates the same way. He starts companies, LLCs all over the show, takes money, is a start cycler, but cannot complete. Have you seen a rideshare platform of Trip actually conduct any trips? No, they did launch parties in Miami, took the people's money. Launch parties in East Coast, took the people's money. Launch parties in Nevada, California, took the people's money. Now the next thing is the restaurant business. Go out and sign up restaurants for $150. New start cycle business. Another one of these 2,000 LLCs that he goes, nothing happened, right? Now, not to say that the restaurant space is where it is right now, right? But as you can see, Uber Eats is not turning a profit on food deliveries. I think the only company out there is actually starting to turn a profit is DoorDash in food deliveries. All the others haven't mastered the game, still making big minuses. So yes, it is with food deliveries. It is with cargo deliveries right now. That is where the business is during the pandemic. That seems to be the most essential supply line, getting food to the people, Instacart groceries to the people. It is a successful business model. It brings in a lot of money. Revenues go up. But where are the profits? Where are the profits? So if you can figure out how to make money in that restaurant business, you'll make a lot of money. Tim the Maniac Miller, I said Trip was debuting their app tomorrow in Cali. LOL. Launch announcement, 27,298. Good luck. Roberta 45, if I want a franchise, I would go into the food industry, not with Uber. Correct, exactly. It's not set up to be a franchise model. And I've given all the reasons why. John M says, the bonus for this weekend in New Jersey for Friday and Saturday and Sunday is 100 rides for $445, which is amazing, but it's 33 rides a day. My question to you, John, can you hit that target of 33 rides per day? Doable, big hours, right? And are you going to chase that 445? That would be my question to you. If you got to ask, you don't know, Trip will have a lot of lizards out carding you. I hated those people. You know, and by the way, let me tell you a little something about Trip. Any rideshare company, any restaurant model that wants to disguise itself as a, you know, as a restaurant model or a rideshare model, and when they truly are an MLM, multi-level marketing, you know, usually it's a Ponzi scheme. Very few, a very, very small percentage, under 5% of MLMs succeed. Most of them fold because you're collecting from the one to pay out the other, collecting from that one to pay out the other. Huge, huge Ponzi scheme. It does not work. So the people that are all gung-ho, the people, and listen to me carefully, the people that are all gung-ho pushing Trip, right, are MLMers. People coming from the MLM world, from Monavi, from Herbalife, from Amway, right? Now they try, oh, I've got all these contacts, let me sell them on Trip, right? They are not drivers. They're not really drivers recruiting drivers. No, it's MLMers, quick chance, get in there, take the money, run, fold. Next thing, what's the next big MLM? Go over there, sign up people, make a little bit of money, run. It's not a cool business model, ladies and gentlemen. Mac J. Lozada says, I can't believe this is shutting down. This is my only transportation to work. I would suggest today, have your backup for tomorrow. Sign up on other apps today so you don't miss the beat. You can go to work maybe by the weekend already, right? You can maybe do something else. But hey, if they want to shut down, ladies and gentlemen, shut down. Stop threatening. Shut the damn system down. You know, I'm sick and tired of the threats towards the drivers, the threats towards the riders. Hey, if you guys don't comply, if the courts don't comply, if the Attorney General doesn't comply, if the Labor Commissioner doesn't apply, we will shut it down. Shut up and shut it down. Stop bluffing. Shut it down, right? You will do so much damage to your company. And I strongly believe at that point, investors will chop Dara. He'll be kicked out the back door. You got us here. You pushed the false narrative. You pushed the lie. You pushed this misclassification and all these legal avenues and said, we need to trust you. Oh, we're a technology company. We're not a trans. We went along with your BS, and now we are here. Day of reckoning, 12 o'clock midnight tonight. Akraf says nobody should work on Uber Eats. Exactly. I mean, if they are in California, if you are an Uber driver and they shut you down tomorrow, would I go to Uber Eats? Hell no. I'd be looking at Instacart. Amazon Flex pays pretty well, apparently. You know, there's a lot of options. Don't stress out too much, folks, right? And worst case scenario, you do some food deliveries for 50, 60 days. Best case scenario, they come back in November with a better payment plan. Still the flexibility, this third way. I still say mount more chips against them, more pressure. They can put an even better offer on the table in this so-called third way. Right? Great car deals, great guy, great car deals. Good morning, my fellow drivers. Hope everyone is having a blessed day. Not to be afraid of any of their threats. Shut the biatch down. That's my attitude for the day. I agree. Payman Ali says, shut it down. And good riddance. Drivers deserve better. Amen, my brother. Now, let's see. Getting text messages, phone calls here. Sorry. So, Uber Technologies and Lyft, both under pressure in California to classify their freelance drivers as employees, have considered licensing their brands to vehicle fleet operators as a workaround to a new law that grants gig workers employment benefits. Myself as a fleet operator and also a fleet operator in business with other fleet operators, I even called another fleet operator during the call, right in the beginning of the live feed. Hey, did they call you? Did they warn you? No, nothing. So all of this talk about franchisee model, right? Them, the franchisor, the fleet operators becoming the franchisees ain't going to happen, right? Citing people with knowledge of the plans, the New York Times reported that both ride-hailing companies are exploring the options as a way to keep an arm's length association with drivers so that they would not need to employ them and pay benefits. Now, this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting possibility. Hear me out. At 40 minutes and 48 seconds. Uber and Lyft may have had private discussions in the last few weeks with 2 or 3 of the biggest fleet operators in California. There are a few big players that have hundreds of cars in their fleets, right? They may have cut a deal with them and said, listen, you are going to be our franchise. I don't know of this, but maybe this is what I think. This is not paranoid thinking. This is a big, true possibility, is that they met with big fleet operators and said, okay, here's the deal. Help us get to November. You show up as the franchisee, right? You help us get to November. We stack all of these drivers under your franchise, right? And they will immediately legally attack that, and we win more time. Maybe enough time to carry us over through to November. Could very, very well be Uber and Lyft strategy. Set up with a fleet operator, with one of the biggest ones in California, set up a possible franchise, stack all the drivers under their franchise, so that the Attorney General says, hey, hang on, that's not going to fly. You just basically circumvented the law one more time. Boom, we attack that, go straight back into court. Who knows? They then appeal that, win more time, and it maybe gets them to the November finishing line. It's a possibility, folks, that someone out there, some fleet operator, had private meetings with Uber. This is not like a conspiracy theory that I'm putting out there. I'm just saying this is a possibility that they've had private talks with one of the largest fleet operators and said, listen, back our plan. We need to win more time. Attorney General is going to attack this, right? But we'll appeal it, and maybe we've won another 90 to 120 days, and then we pray that we get a yes on Prop 22. Possibility. The discussions come on the heels of, and be open-minded. Be very, very open-minded, please. Guys, I have 92 people in the house. I have 26 likes. I am busting my balls, getting this information, doing the research, fighting for you guys, exposing the companies. I certainly deserve more than 26, right? This is my time and effort. No donations, not expecting any donations, but what we work for is like at least a couple of acknowledgements of the work and the hours that we put in. So just smash that like. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for more. I'm not asking for money, right? I love having you be here. I love your input. I love your suggestions. I love your feedback. I love your combat mode. Whether you are yes on 22, I'm not judging you. Whether you are no on 22, I'm not judging you. All I'm doing is trying to get the very, very best deal for gig workers, period. Delivery or drivers, right? We're all here fighting for a better life. That's it, right? We have families to feed. We have schools to pay. We got to be able to put the groceries in the fridge, the food on the table. We are fighting for better conditions, right? That's it. So we're putting in our time here. All I ask, smash that like button. So the discussions come on the heels of a new California law. We know that, Assembly Bill 5, which grants gig workers employment, blah, blah, blah. In May, California sued Uber and Lyft to enforce the new law, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking more for the Uber and Lyft, both based in San Francisco, have long considered their drivers to be contractors. That means that drivers are responsible for their own vehicle and maintenance costs, and that Uber and Lyft do not pay for overtime, unemployment insurance, and other expenses. The companies have argued that this freelance model allows drivers to drive only when they want to, right? So they're not going into much details about the franchise model. I was expecting a little bit more from this review. The New York Times, by the way, has a great article. You have to be a subscriber there. You can check it out. But again, I think one of the biggest challenges and why fleet operators like myself and other people would not be willing to do this is that the franchisor, Uber and Lyft, would not be liable for franchisees' labor violations. I mean, hey, you go out there, hire and fire, and deal with all the employment issues. We'll just give you the knowledge, the license. You go out and we take up to 50%. Not going to happen. Will Condon in the house. Thank you. Jared Weeks in the house. Basil in the house. Chris Bowman in the house. Pavel in the house. Wicked Hustle Guy in the house. Roberto 45 in the house. Oh, by the way, you guys see this? That's my car. Right there. I mean, it's a picture of the car, but it's identical. Exactly like that hot rod. That's what I'm probably, I've been working on this for about 3 months now, nonstop. We put in probably 5-6 hours yesterday into the interior. In a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be streaming from this car with red and white, plush, Amsterdam, red light district, live feeds. That's it. That's my baby there. Exactly that thing. Red and white, dynamite. 350 transmission, big 350 engine with bigger cams, dual carburetors, everything. Get the max horsepower out of that baby. Payment Ali says better to make it substantial or just kill it completely. Correct. Great Car Deal says, come on, guys, hit that button. If I had Go Donny Com here in the house, he would say, come on, man, hit that like button. It's okay. I'm happy with 51, right? So not to overkill the live feed. Quick recap. I was just reading a couple of Wicked Hustle Guy got a 57. You one up on me. Way better. Beautiful car. Yeah, I don't have the 57. I have the 55. 57 is nice, and you have every right to flex. I'll work towards it. When I reach your status, I'll buy a 57. But I have a couple of other beautiful cars in my little portfolio there. So enjoying life. That's all I can say. Now, David Garcia is back in the house. Big announcement. David! A quick recap here. I've phoned around, spoken to other operators. Have you heard about this? Is this rumor true? No one knows about it, which leads me to believe that they're talking about this. They may have been in negotiations privately, maybe with one of the biggest fleet operators in California, and maybe quietly they're trying to set up a franchise model. Good luck with that. Maybe just to buy some time, right? But to recap, how did we get here? Uber and Lyft, both CEOs, both the chief legal officers had shovels, and they started digging a hole. And they started digging a hole, and they dug themselves into a hole so deep that they can't even climb out. Got sued all over the show. Counter argument, technology company, not transportation company, every type of excuse under the book, right? And truth, when you're coming with all of those legal shenanigans. That's why I shone the light on those cockroaches the other day, called them out by name, even filed complaints to the State Bar of California against 2 attorneys, right? When you're so desperate people do desperate things, right? Desperate misclassifications, desperate breaking of the law, just to earn those couple of extra dollars, right? Ladies and gentlemen, they got themselves here. They need to figure out how they get out of the hole. I say, shut them down. And if they want to shut down all the way through to November, and if they get a yes on 22, then it is a yes on 22. If it is a no on 22, believe me, they'll come crawling back in there and they will still cut a deal. We need to just come out better. We need to be true independent contractors. I want my brothers and sisters over there in Nevada, in Arizona, in New Mexico, in Florida, in Alabama, in Texas, in New Jersey, in New York, in Colorado, in Utah, in Kentucky, in North Carolina, in South Carolina. I want everyone to have true independent contractor privileges. I want you to be able to pick and choose if you don't want to take the drive. I don't want you to have to fear that you're going to be retaliated and given a timeout or deactivated. I want you to be able to choose your times. I want you to have some money aside, for example, in the pandemic, that you have something to fall back on if you cannot drive, if you can work it out. So right now, they need both sides, even California, quit your threatening game. Uber and Lyft, quit your threatening game. Bring us people into the equation, right? Bring in a guy like Coleman, the CEO of Alta, who's already shown us ways of how to do this, and let's come up with a new type of marriage, right? But right now, the divorce papers are in. It's ugly, it's messy, name calling, threatening, text messages, emails. It sucks. It completely sucks, right? Mojo's in the house. Chris Yoda's in the house. Just walked in. Anonymous Giraffe. I like the name. Anonymous Giraffe. Can't Uber just do a minimum wage guarantee so that you don't make... Fantastic idea. You know, okay, the minimum, enjoy your freedoms, right? The minimum you will be making is, let's say, $15. The minimum. I'm just putting that out there. It's a great, it's a great suggestion, Anonymous Giraffe. In order to make that happen, they would have to raise the rates. They would have to raise the rates. In order to make that happen, they would have to do something for the state of California and pay in so that they get some money and that there are some protections. Not that the California has to bail people out during the pandemic. So good idea, but the only way you get to make that work is by upping the rates. But what do they do instead? What does Uber and Lyft do instead? This is going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your frickin' mind. It's going to blow your frickin' mind. No, instead, Uber's $25 a month subscription service is now available across the United States, except California. $25 discount, subsidize, give them better rates, spoil them, give them caviar, give them lobster, give them T-bone steaks, all for the price of 49 cents. Now you wonder why taxi drivers are pissed. Now you also wonder why taxi drivers today might be popping champagne bottles. Get out of here, Uber. This is what you've been doing to the market. They have been subsidizing and discounting the market and driving everyone out. Even my favorite shuttle service in Los Angeles, the Blue Shuttle, drove them out of business. 400 shuttles. Guy had to shut down. Spoke to the guy in El Segundo. Shut him down. I'm like, you serious? The guy says, I'm serious. I cannot run this business against Uber and Lyft. Of course not, because Uber is offering $25 a month subscriptions. Shame on them for ruining the market. Shame on them for killing taxi drivers' lives, right? Shame on them for killing the taxi business. Shame on them for killing the shuttle. I mean, we're not killing their lives, but killing the taxi business and killing the shuttle business. That's what you do. when you offer $25 a month subscription service. No. Counter, that is the race to the bottom. Hello World could not have said it better. I'm going to use his words. Hello World. I don't know if you're a he or a she, but I'm using your words. It's the race to the bottom. This Uber Pass, right? Hey, Uber Pass, $25 for the month. Buy it now. Special deal. T-bone steaks, 49 cents. Lobster, 49 cents. Right? Shrimp and caviar, 79 cents. Buy it now. Discount, discount, discount. Uber Pass, the subscription service that the company first introduced in 2018, is now available nationwide, minus California. Huh. California? Nope, we're not going to do it there. We're going to punish them. The expansion of Pass, an Amazon Prime styled subscription service that allows Uber customers to pay a monthly fee for discounted rates for Uber rides, Uber Eats deliveries, and scooter and bike trips, comes at a time when the company is struggling to maintain its financial footing during the coronavirus pandemic and fighting a dramatic legal battle in its home state. Now, investors got to say, wow, when are we going to ever see money? We certainly won't see money if we are offering these $25 discount passes for the month, and we're subsidizing everything. I mean, investors must be furious. When are we going to see money? The expansion of Pass, it's very much like Amazon Plus, right? During its test phase, Pass was available in just 10 cities. Now that it has expanded to over 200 cities, including New Haven, Columbus, Honolulu, Madison, Milwaukee, Nashville, New York City, Portland, Seattle, and St. Louis, for $24.99 a month. Riders will get 10% off UberX, Uber XL, and Uber Comfort rides, and 15% off Uber Black, Uber SUV, and Uber Premier rides. So if you are taking 10% of your X or XL takeaway, then on the Black and SUV, you're going down 15%. Why are you doing this? To kill your discounting them 15%. In order to make this work for everyone, you'd actually have to increase it 15%. So what are they doing? The exact opposite. The exact opposite. This is the pathway to the bottom, the race to the bottom, down under. I come from a land down under where I pay $24.99 per month. I come from a land down under. I will drive the prices downwards. Tim the Maniac Miller says, all the investors need to do is look at Darrow's bank statements if they need to find money. There it is. There's that 45 million and that 200 million. NOP's in the house. What's up, buddy? Got some Uber Pass used to offer discounts on bike and scooter trips, but no longer. Uber recently offloaded its jump bike division to Lime as part of a $170 million investment deal, though it continues to offer electric scooters at a handful of cities. Wow. Discount, 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 subsidize, subsidize, subsidize. Desperation. Desperation. Are you in Los Angeles? Yes, I am, Anonymous Giraffe. Uber drivers will still get the same earnings? I don't know about that. They say Uber drivers will still get the same earnings based on time and distance, with Uber covering the difference. So if Uber's covering the difference, they are willing to take a loss. Great message to investors, right? I don't think that's very truthful, because I think within those algorithms, they are taking away from the driver. It's not like they will pay the difference. Oh, we, Uber, will pay the difference. If you're saying that, you'd be running at a loss. Genuine's in the house. Nathaniel Davis is in the house. Oh, by the way, Travis Kalanick. Travis Kalanick. You know why he's in the news? Anybody know? Why is Travis Kalanick in the news? Let's just call this fool out. You guys know why he's in the news? Travis Kalanick reportedly threw a party in Los Angeles home amid a spike in coronavirus cases in Southern California. Travis, thank you for, helping us to try and get COVID numbers down. Thank you that you issued masks. You didn't, to all your guests. This is exactly what costs people lives. So at that party, maybe one or two get infected, go back out, infect their grandmothers, their children, and so on and so on. With this type of attitude, with this arrogance, it'll never end, right? We should not be surprised that over 5 million people are infected. Thanks, Travis, for screwing that one up. Back to the article, Uber drivers will still get the same earnings based on time and distance, with Uber covering the difference. That means, yet again, Uber is ramping up a new product that will most likely fail to recoup its own costs. Thomas, smack down a 20. Thank you, Broseph. Thank you. We will keep on fighting. Thomas just smacked down a 20. Thank you, sir. San Diego in the house. You're way too generous, my friend. Thank you. Hope you coping with the heat down there. Must be crazy with this humidity and this heat in California. Everybody's experiencing a huge heat wave. But Thomas is on fire, man. Thomas is hitting the big numbers. I just want to share with you. Thomas Gibson in the house. Rolling like a pro. Dun, 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 dun. Thomas coming in at the 24, 38, 45. Plus tips. Show them how it's done. Oh, you cold in the Cadillac because you got the air conditioning. Whoop, all the way up. The AC. And that AC in the Escalade, you and I know, it's like a refrigerator. In fact, my Platinum, listen to this, Thomas. My Escalade Platinum has a built-in refrigerator. A refrigerator, right? Just like you have it's a small refrigerator. You can put your beers in there, your sandwiches, ice cold, even colder than the air conditioning, right? And then also a spot just to put down your phone, whoop, on top of the refrigerator, in the middle on the console, and it charges your phone. The little privileges of a Platinum. But your car is beautiful. The same thing, same car. Big 6.2 liter engine. Cold beers. We can hand out cold beers, cervezas, to our... Hey, Liam, why don't you get me a Coors out there? Coors. On the right there. The beers, I got those IPOs and those other beers up there on the right.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Oh, no, that's those are the hard drinks. That's margarita, vodka, not that. Just a Coors there, yeah. That's a Coors. Looks like a diet.
One for me too.
So so this is not a Diet Coke, my friends, right? This happens to be the Foo Fighters' favorite drink. So I got lots of them. And that's what I put in that little refrigerator when I drive with the Foo Fighters. Hey, toss in on another Coors Light. There you go. Ice cold Coors Light. And by the way, kids, do not drink this. This is not Diet Coke. It looks the same, very misleading. This is not good for children, but I'm not endorsing this for kids. Okay, so calls it the silver bullet. Tim says the silver bullet. Uber customers who live in California are not eligible for the ride pass due to the company's ongoing fight over the status of drivers. Let's break down that sentence for a second. Uber customers who live in California are not eligible for ride pass due to the company's ongoing fight. So because of our ongoing fight, Flo, in the house. Oh, you are wonderful. Flo, hope you and the family, let me tell you about Flo. I just watch his Christmas videos and I get goosebumps because he has the most beautiful kids. They sing these Christmas carols and they send them out to their friends. He sends it to me every Christmas. He's a great father. He set up a YouTube channel for his children who are doing these unpacking of gifts. He's a all-round amazing human being. I salute you, my brother. Thanks for being for the people. Thank you. God bless. I appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you, Thomas, for your generosity. Thank you. So, I appreciate you. By the way, you're looking at two people that are really, really good people. No false agenda, just doing the very best for their family, for themselves, for their business. Thank you. Now, why would Uber not offer this ride pass to California passengers, right? Because, hey, maybe you vote for us, yes, on 22, we'll reward you in November, right? But for now, we cannot really reward you because the bad, evil person is California and we just don't have the money to pay you out. We'll pay all the other 49 states, we'll give them a pass, an Uber pass discount at $24.99 per month, all these wonderful discounts. But oh no, you California resident, you're not going to get it. Show us some love and we can bring it out in November. Just another way to try and get the vote. The company has said it would shut down its operations in the state completely on August the 20th. Do it, don't talk about it, rather than comply with a court ruling to classify its drivers as employees. But this, my friends, is definitely not the future of rideshare. Subsidizing, discounting, pissing off taxi drivers, driving taxi drivers out of the market, killing the shuttle industry. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's a big bully syndrome. Let them pull out. Let them pull out. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Flo. Flo, I want to do a video with you and the family and the little kids, right? And I am going to blow you guys away next week. I am doing a live stream with a former gangbanger that was stabbed 10, 15 times, bleeding out on the street. Gangbanger. Big guy. I met him. I became friends with him. And he showed me how he turned his life around. Incredible story. We've become friends. I help him now with his marketing. I help him with his videos. I'm helping his child to become a superstar in the NFL. I'm packaging up his little 12-year-old boy. This guy is an amazing human being, but he confessed to me and put his shirt up, showed me all this, showed me the press article down there in Long Beach, former gangbanger, stabbed multiple times, people thought he was dead. He survived. They rushed him in, resuscitated him, turned his life around, and made his goal his child, putting all his energy and his love and his dedication into his kid. Amazing story. And I'm going to have the privilege of having Jimmy on my live show to show you no matter how low your low is, you can always turn it around. You can always turn it around and make something out of your life and give back and help others, help your kids and change, right? Self-growth is powerful, my friends. And you're gonna absolutely love this guy and his story. You've seen him briefly in one of my videos when he was playing with his son, right? You're gonna love the story. I had a lady, a daughter of a senior driver. He's in his 60s. And she confessed to me in an email that he was going to commit suicide or try to commit suicide. He was depressed. His life was over. She wrote me this email. I picked up the phone, spoke to this guy. All the family tried to work with him or say, hey, try to lift him up. His sons, his daughters, no one succeeded. And she said, he has taken a particular liking to your videos. Please reach out to him. Please talk to him. Please motivating him. I'm getting goosies, my friends. I connected with this individual, with this senior, 65 years old. But I said, buddy, I want you to go out there and do Uber and Lyft. Sign up today. I want your daughter to sign you up. And you need to meet people. You need to come out of your shell. You need to come out of your depression. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the turning point. I could literally get tears. He's happy. His kids have written me follow-up emails. And how did this all come about? This one story, my friends, is worth it. Just that what this channel has created, if it was just for that one story, it was well worth it, that we actually turned somebody's life around, right? All the years of making videos, pushing for likes in the videos, trying to get views, trying to get paid for. No, all of that is irrelevant if you've actually managed to truly, truly save one individual's life, right? I love it. I love it. I love YouTube, right? I love connecting with people out there. I do not know who's on the other side of the camera, right? I get to know them, like I get to know Flo, videos he sends me, we write each other, we create friendships. Thomas, I meet him, we go out, we had dinner. Thomas and I need to get together again anyway and catch up, right? But you get to create amazing, amazing friendships through YouTube. I encourage you to start your own channel. I encourage you to start networking and exploring all the possibilities out there, because as you do, you grow anyway. Every single day, I learn something from those many, many subscribers. I learn something every single day. And growth, my friends, and knowledge is growth. Every time I can just grow a little bit more, I'm growing as a human being. I'm not going backwards. No. Oh, this person shares this. This person shares that. Wow. This person, new relationship. This person you can help out, right? Amazing stuff. So I see a lot of people mentioning the giraffe. Giraffe has a long neck. I'll tell you something about giraffes. This is the lodge. Pretty much where I grew up, right? Chitwa is the Zulu, the African Zulu name for giraffe, right? Neighboring lodges, safari lodges by Chitwa are Mala Mala, Sabi Sabi. These are all the creme de la creme 5-star luxury safari lodges in South Africa. If you ever have the time, ever have the money, do it. 3 days will feel like 3 weeks. It's 72 hours you will never, ever forget in your life. And the amount of times I've actually driven a Jeep, easy to find giraffes, not so easy to follow them, right? Beautiful animals, right? And I guess the scariest thing that I ever saw was a giraffe giving birth and the lioness is just waiting 60, 70 feet away, just waiting to move in, right? Now, do you drive the Jeep in there and try to chase the lion away? No, nature takes its course. Giraffe, wrong place, wrong time, giving birth, lionesses move in, kill, feed, stressed mother moves on. Crazy stuff, but go check it out. Tell me what you think. So I took many Texas businessmen to this lodge. Yeah, it's a sad story, but it's, you know, I could do a live feed for 4 or 5 hours just telling you the stories about Africa. And then we had a guy in the room the other day. He's now in Germany, in Regensburg, down in Bavaria. He knows those stories because we were at the same lodge. Oliver, he was in our feed the other day. So, you know, you're driving around in a Jeep, in an open Jeep at night with a big halogen light, and you're shining up and you see eyes. It's very high up, you know it's a giraffe. If it's very, very high up, it might be a leopard in a tree. If it's down here, it might be zebras, wildebeest, water buffalo, lions, cheetahs, hyenas. If it's all the way down there, it might be one of these small little, those badgers, those honey badgers. But beautiful, beauty like you cannot believe, operating there. And I had this Texas crew, this ABC Texas crew. There was a big documentary in Texas. We filmed out there for 2 weeks at that lodge. driving them out with the cameras, getting the footage, the kills, the vultures up in the sky that come down, the hyenas that move in, eat up the scraps. You got to see this with your own eyes. Beautiful. Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior in the house. Dan is in the house. Good to see you, Dan. Midwest San Luis. Thank you. Sending much love to the Midwest. Whoop, whoop. Leo Casamenta in the house. He says, I'm in agreement with you, Thor. They have known this was coming down the pike. Thank you. They never thought they would be touched. They are trying to create fear to get the narrative in their favor. They thought they were the untouchables. The untouchables were touched. Dan. Thank you. 3 in the house. Great. Wow. It turned out to be an amazing, fun stream. We covered a lot. Again, if you were right in the beginning, maybe you'd want to watch the video. If you came in late, I actually had a big fleet operator, one of LA's biggest fleet operators on the line, was trying to find out if he heard anything. I mean, you'd think that they would reach out to possible franchisees / fleet operators and discuss this. My theory is they may have struck a deal with one of the biggest fleet operators in California, and overnight they say, hey, guess what? This is our franchisee. The state would have to sue that franchisee because it might be another way to circumvent the law, right? And then they can buy time. I don't think the judge is going to be happy with that. Thomas says, San Diego Rideshare Pro, click on his channel, subscribe there, great guy. He says, will Dara make a video of all this mess? You know what? I would, the guy that is doing a phenomenal job. I guess who this is? We know him, right? Dark Road Run. He most of his videos are with Dara, and then just watch this.
All right, California. Well, we didn't want to have to make this call, but it looks like it's you forced us into a corner here, and no one puts Uber in a corner. So you thought we were bluffing? Nope. We don't care if there's a pandemic going on or wildfires forcing evacuations. People relying on this income. Nope. We are sticking to our guns. And no one's going to tell Uber what to do and how to run this company. Yeah, that's right. So you thought we were bluffing? Well, think again. So, yep, it's going to be lights out in California. So apparently we didn't
Dustin, you need to come on your channel.
Background check.
Dustin, quick question.
Quick question.
Uber and Lyft completely stopped paying out on referrals, right? Or did they start it up? Some people were saying that they were starting it up again.
Make sure.
I haven't seen $1 since September. I was just wondering. Lights out, yeah.
That's what I thought. That's a vote yes on Prop 22.
But Dustin, you notice that your code, right? Your Lyft code and your face, your picture, your links, your Uber codes are still being used by them to sign up people. You know that, right?
22 skidoo. That's so. Anyways, but
it's restarted in many places.
Since we're losing money anyways on rideshare, it's actually kind of a convenient time to shut down in California. But,
okay, good.
So
that's good. It's at least.
Anyways,
starting up again.
California. That is, you had it good for too long. And all you
that is the real
passengers
destiny.
out there,
I know it is.
It's called a bus. Get used to it. That's right. Yeah, that's right. No more cheap rides to the store or to the, where. Well, actually, I don't know what people are doing. I guess you're going to the store. Yeah, if you're still going, now if you're not working at home, like 99% of our employees actually are working. I say employees, and it's a sticky term right now these days. But yeah, so yeah, if you're not working at home and you have to use Uber, well, too bad. And that goes for Lyft too. Lyft's contacting its own, making its own contacts right now. But so, anyways, and if you want us back and you don't want to pay, a fair price for that ride, then you better vote yes on 22. So that's what it's going to take in this relationship. You know, it's a give and take. So, you know, you're going to give us money and we're going to take it. Anyways, that's
you're going to give us money and we'll take it.
We're sorry to make this call, but yeah, you're all fired. So we're actually getting kind of used to making these Zoom calls. So, but
Sherelle's in the house.
Anyways, all right, I'll see you guys in throughout 6 months. I'll see you guys in January. Yeah, that's right.
He goes, yep, I'll see you in 6 months. I'll see you in January. Go to Love Dark Roads, runs humor. Juan Garcia wants to give a royal flush. Let's do it. Another symbolic flush. We flush him in every feed, right? That's what we do. There he is. There he is. Oh, I found him. There we go. He's wet, stinky. I've never touched it with my own fingers. And out comes the toilet bowl. Oh, he's a floaty. He re-emerges. One more time, he's stubborn. Down into the sewerage pipes. Gone he is. He's gone. And a huge thank you to Mr. G is in the house. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate your $5 contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dustin is driving, says the rideshare hub just copies all of us. Yeah, check his description. I mean, the rideshare hub. Dustin knows him. I know him. I mean, you talk about originality, 0.00%. Sorry, rideshare hub, but I am just hoping that you get introduced to the word creativity or ownership, true ownership of your own videos. But copy, paste, headlines, boom, 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 boom. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, rideshare hub. But authentic, interesting material. The number one channel. No, the number one channel, that title, he's in the house. The numero uno, nummer eins, nummer een, numero een of rideshare. That's him. He's in the house. Dustin is driving, and he's worked relentlessly hard, put in the videos, put in the hours, charismatic, funny personality, and he deserves the title, right? And records are there to be broken. I don't know who's going to go out and break that record, right? I know that Harry the rideshare guy is high up there, but then you got to also understand that Harry the rideshare guy has been around for many, many years before Dustin. And Uberman, love him. Randy Shear, amazing guy, branched off and did those auto rebuilds. He's over 200,000. He broke open a whole new environment of subscribers. Good for him. We're happy for him, right, Dustin? He's done well. But, you know, it's a nice statement by Dustin. We're all number one. We're all making the drivers and the gig workers number one. That's our job, right? We got to be true to our channel and make the drivers and the gig workers number one, the numero unos, right? But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to acknowledge you for all the work and for everything that you've done, and is a great friend, bounces back at ideas. But then, you know, We've got guys like Dustin loves him. I love him. The rideshare hub, God bless him. But originality, 20 videos of the Uber shutdown, cut the paste titles. Oh, he's doing this. Yep, let's do that. Cut the paste. Right. Okay. If you go onto any of the videos, look at the ratio. Dustin, do this to check out the videos and look at the ratio of likes to dislikes. Very interesting ratio you will see. 1/3, 2/3, 1/4, 3/4. Dustin is driving, says he branches out to do other things. Wicked guy, yeah. You're talking about Randy. Randy, Uberman Randy Shears is doing a phenomenal job. And as Dustin pointed out, he's probably making $10,000 to $15,000 a month from his traffic, easily, right? And amen, congratulations to him. Fantastic. Pioneer out there, first guy, Uberman, you guys know him. Mr. G, thank you. Appreciate it. And go and check out Mr. G's channel. Go over there, subscribe. Go and he's in the house. Mr. G, Dustin's in the house. San Diego Rideshare Pros in the house. Flo, you should also put your link out here. He's got a link to a channel. Put it out there. We're all about helping each other get the subscribers, get the word out, right? Because the power is truly on social media. It is, right? And Dustin knows. You make a video. Dustin makes a video. Boom, Facebook. Boom, tweet it out. Boom, populate it several times. You do one piece of work and you blow it out 10, 15 times. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I was in Brazil in the headlines yesterday in Brazil, in Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. For all the people that can read Portuguese. Português, estás bom? Português. There it is. Cool article. I was interviewed by the Brazilian paper about no canal Cunha explica os prós e contras da profissão e compartilha algumas dicas para. My pronunciation sucks, but I gave dedicated a whole article there to why I believe we should vote no on 22. And I go into a lot of detail why. And again, I respect the people that want to vote yes on 22. But what I'm pushing for is if we want to be independent contractors, we have to be true independent contractors, not a watered, washed down version of independent contractor. So I make my argument there and I say it's all a balancing act and a negotiation game. Pressure needs to go on Uber and Lyft. Cannot simply just drum up $110 million and fight their way out, right? They've got to be held responsible and held responsible they are in California because midnight tonight, good luck, Uber and Lyft. But yeah, throw that in the translator. Neofeed, put it on their online website. And this Brazilian lady here, Eloa Orazem. This girl, I wish I could blow it up. Very nice girl, Brazilian girl with a nice, strong Portuguese accent. Was cool. Hey, Brazil, beautiful country. Rio Carnival, here we come. I wonder, Dustin, if you're going to make a video on this, I know Dustin does this daily, you put in Uber News, Lyft News, you see what's hot, is there a great story, was somebody murdered, was somebody beaten up in a car, you can make cool stories, right? I was just wondering what you were thinking about this topic. It's an interesting one. Dustin says, and the videos, he says it's over before it starts, he talks about signing up. Yeah. Are we on? Are we still on the rideshare hub? Dustin, our good old friend, the rideshare hub, the #1 channel. No, the #1 copycat of YouTube. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting one. This whole franchising thing. If you want to run with it, I've called around. I've spoken to fleet operators. I haven't heard anything. My friends who operate fleets haven't heard anything. So who knows? Who knows what they're up to? Are they going to turn Uber into a McDonald's? We shall see. John Kolaroff is in the house. It is midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow night. It seems to be a controversy. Slick Nick is in the house. How are you? Adrian Guerrero is in the house. No, Uber Eats, my friend, is safe. Uber Eats is safe. I did a video on that yesterday. Uber Eats keeps on delivering food. Do not stress. Okay. Dustin says, yeah, he's good for the #1 laugh. Man, and those skits are so horrible. They're just not authentic. They're not authentic. And it is very easy to see if someone is funny and authentic, right? Versus the drama, like the thumbnails. Is that authentic? Dustin, is that authentic? No, just be authentic. Authentic. Lacking authenticity. Yeah, Uber Eats still keeps on marching along. Tim the Maniac Miller, okay, I'm out getting the late now in the day. Get back to work, buddy. Have a great day. Juan Garcia, what happened to rideshare with Peterson? I don't know. I know that he handed in the cars that I leased to him, the SUV and the Prius. He handed those back, and I know that he was in hospital. We all prayed for him. I don't know. Nobody has told me anything about rideshare Peterson. I hope he's okay. I hope he's doing fine. Creasy says, defund Uber and Lyft. Powerful statement that. Dustin says, yeah, I haven't seen Peterson in a long time. We should, Peterson, if you are listening, if anyone knows how Peterson is doing, please let us know so we can report back to the community. John Bauer, sign me up. Sign me up. Yeah, I want to sign me up. Buttercup. I'm in a good mood, man. It's going to be a good day. And Dustin, I'll be doing live streams from this car very soon. Very soon it's going to hit the road. I have put in a lot of money, a lot of sweat. Yesterday, I tell you, the sweat was running down. I was in the warehouse working on the car, in there underneath the seats. Sound system, listen to this. Kenwood sound system, 4 amps, 1200 amp, 1200 amp, 1600 watt subwoofers, and another 500 watt Alpine amp. Total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 speakers in that car. So that car is going to be powered. It's raised in the bit. It's got the big tires in the back. It's raised like that. It's going to hop around. I'm going to drive it on sound. Dara is a thief. Dara is a thief. Dustin is driving, says Aaron quit last year. Jose Zandoval is in the house. Buying into a Uber and Lyft franchise just means as a business, you incur all expenses to run it, just shifting more of operating costs to the franchisee. And the franchisee is not going to get into a franchisor-franchisee Lyft relationship with Uber. And I tell you what, one of the main reasons this is not going to happen is that the franchisors, those Uber fleet operators in California, they would be liable for all labor violation. Anything goes wrong with the fleet, it's their baby, not Uber, the franchisor. The franchisor is not liable for the franchisee's labor violation. So if the franchisor, Uber and Lyft, says to the franchisee, here's your operation, you can go up to a 50% royalty, usually like McDonald's and that'll pay 4 to 8% royalty, the franchisee, back to the company, right? They get all the marketing, they get all the trademarks, they get all the knowledge, the proprietary knowledge. They run the show. They are their own bosses. But when it comes to the trouble, the franchisor, the company, doesn't have to face the music, right? So do you honestly think that an Uber fleet operator now suddenly becoming a franchisee, right, has an individual that runs into trouble, accidents, deactivation, who gets sued? The fleet operator, right? The franchisee. And he, the franchisor, is off the hook, namely Uber and Lyft. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen, right? And, you know, franchisees are independent contractors. Dan, thank you, my friend. Woo! Today is a good day. Today is the day the teddy bears have their Christmas. Chrissy, sounds like something made up by Uber snake attorneys. Yeah. Snake attorney Tony West. Snake attorney. Tony West is like a combination of a python and a boa that constricts, takes the air out of you. And a combination of a cobra and a rattlesnake. And a combination of a black mamba and a green mamba. That's who Tony West is. He's a whole combination of different snakes and critters. JJ says, if they do that, they can afford the competition. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you. Thanks for being you, and thank you for being here, my friend. Dan in the house. So Jason says, correct us, and Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior says, Wicked Hustle Guy, 80 miles out from Los Angeles, high desert. That's where you are? Saying hello. Yeah, Adrian Guerrero, do you watch Joey's World Tour? It's cool. Another one that I like, another channel, Dustin, I don't know if you've come across him. I think he's a character. YBS, Youngblood Spearfishing, I think. Got to check him out, Australian guy. Kills it. Dustin, the guy gets $500,000 sponsorships, boats, cars, fishing tackle, diving gear, jet skis, motorbikes, YBS. You got to check him out, Dustin. You'll love it. Dan says, I promoted Harry here in San Luis. Well, you did a damn good job, because Harry's on the radar in San Luis, and I'm sure he's thanking you as well. Awesome. Mark Higgins in the house. Uber Eats sucks here in San Jose. Would rather go on unemployment. They try to suck you in to delivery calls that would take 20 minutes for $3.50. How on earth can you survive on $3.50 and you got to do a 20-minute call? You're working backwards. You're in reverse. Your car's not even in first or second. Your car's in reverse. You are going backwards. Patrick Sargent's in the house. Yeah. So interesting. If the fleet operator in California would become a franchisee, then they would be an independent contractor. An independent contractor is a self-employed taxpayer, whether operating as a sole proprietor, a limited company or corporation, who controls his or her own employment circumstances. So they would have to control all of those drivers, including when and how the work is done. Independent contractors are not considered employees. And by the way, we're talking about the relationship of franchisor and franchisee. Franchisor Uber, franchisee the Uber fleet here in California. Alex S. says, will the passengers vote with the drivers or with Uber? Good question. And I would also ask Dustin how he feels about that. I feel that if you abandon the market now, right? If you leave California now as Uber and Lyft, now, tomorrow, you abandon the riders, you abandon the drivers. Firstly, the drivers will be pissed off, majorly pissed off, very, 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 very pissed off. That's number one. Number two, the rider's like, WTF, you leaving me stranded? What's up, Uber? You cut my app? What's up? What's up? You just leaving? They do research, Google, why is Uber leaving? Or they read about AB5, or read all the story. They may not even know the story. They hear about yes on 22. Then the rider has to really, really mill it over. Is this right that I was abandoned? I don't think the rider is going to be happy. The rider will move on. Maybe takes a taxi. Can't take a Lyft. Maybe he takes a scooter. Maybe he takes the bus. Maybe he goes and buys his own car. Maybe he gets his old car out of the garage, right? Dennis Torres is in the house. Why Uber and Lyft think people are going to vote yes on 22. Why are they so sure? I think a lot of drivers will vote yes on 22 because they think that they're true independent contractors, but in the true definition of IC, they are not. So they like that semi-independent contractor status. They're making some decent money right now during the pandemic, but they're happy with that. Okay, you can't change their minds. They will vote yes on 22. And I'm not stopping them. But I think when it boils down to California with 30 million plus voters, hopefully all of those people go to the voting booths on November the 3rd. A lot of selections. You choose your president, you choose your bills, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, do you want to vote yes or no on 22? All I would say is go and do your homework. Robin Reenerth's in the house. Hey, Robin, give us some good news. Did it all work out? Was the money wired into your account? Did the money flow into your account and show up as real numbers? Give me some good news. Jimmy's in the house. Abstract Echo. Drivers who vote yes on 22 don't understand the bill or they are desperate. I feel like they don't understand the bill. I feel like they don't understand the true meaning of independent contracts. And I am all for. I'm all for being true independent. Danu, would you want to become an independent contractor?
What's that?
What is that, she says. What is an independent contractor?
Oh,
What?
you pay yourself.
You
I don't know.
pay yourself?
You work for yourself.
You work for yourself, yeah. You're independent. Good. Sherelle wants to know what's the latest with local drivers. So to jump into the rideshare business right now, during the pandemic, there was no money. You would have made a loss. There is an opportunity. There is an opening if Uber and Lyft leave. What we have been working on is coding the delivery, the restaurant model. So we're focusing on that right now, and it's an interesting model. And I will let AJ in Canada talk about it. He's going to schedule something with me early next week. We're going to have a live stream with Canada, and he can update all the people with what's going on with the co-op head office in Canada, and bring everybody up to speed, right? But it is certainly not it's not MLM, and it's not Trip where we go out and try and hustle the restaurant owner for $150. No, it's a hard-coded platform where you get to look at the other delivery platforms. What do you earn there? What do you earn there? What do you put in your pocket here? And hopefully the co-op is extremely competitive, should be. So follow the money, right? The money right now seems to be in food. The big supply line during this pandemic seems to be people are indoors, don't want to go out, and want the food or the groceries delivered in. Follow the money. Sadly, working for Uber Eats, Postmates, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, not the best paying job out there. You can't set your own rates in food delivery. And many Uber drivers right now, they're killing it. They're making money. They're setting their own rates, 1.5, 2. I've seen guys multiply a 5, passenger accepted. Big money, big money. Ask Thomas, big money right now during the pandemic if you're driving. I'm not driving Uber and Lyft during the pandemic. No, I just don't want 20, 30 people in my car every day. But I'm still doing my private trips and charge them a little bit more. And what I'm finding with my privates is that they're really, really treating me to good tips, because they understand that if I'm putting myself out there, cleaning the car, spending all the money on on disinfecting and that. They say, okay, he's doing this for us. And my tips have been off the charts with my private trips, off the charts. Dennis says Uber Ride, Uber Eats are owned by the same company. And it's interesting, Dennis, that Uber Eats can continue operating, but Uber Rides, which is the rideshare side, has to stop midnight. Robert Renard says, looks like I'm late again. We'll definitely catch replay. And yes, I finally got PUA, but I have to appeal the UI amount. Feeling much relieved for now. Got partition installed. Started driving on the 14th. Let's bring the jobs back to the United States. Let's get this going. Uber and Lyft. Figure out your crap here in California, USA. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get people paid. Matt Killian's in the house. All right. Cool, genuine Phil. Sorry if I have not given you a shout out. Herbert Atkins. Sorry if I haven't mentioned your name. Santa Clara is very smoky. Yes, major fires raging in California. Crazy hot. Thank God they're not these insane winds, right? If you have the wind factor, you got those Santa Anas on top of those fires. Oh, all hell breaks loose. Herbert says, greetings, brother. Keep on teaching. Keep on fighting. Keep on teaching. Yes, we will. We're not stopping. Dan says, Missouri is sending the new tax-free FEMA payments from August the 1st with back weeks. One of the first 5 to 7 states doing it. And I hope, are you a recipient of that? Have you seen any cashish? Have they paid you? Dan, right? Because in all honesty, all we're really interested in, right, are the notes, right? That's what we want to see, right? We want the notes. Uber, Lyft, pay us the notes. Just give us the cash. This is what we want. This is what we want, ladies and gentlemen, right? We want to get paid. We'll put that back. Got to pay for a drive shaft later. Shit ain't cheap, man. Is it $400? Can you verify that? Da-na-na-na. Money isn't funny in the rideshare world. Money isn't funny in the delivery world. All the things that I could do if I had gig money, gig economy money in the rideshare world. All right, my friends, if you haven't watched this, I'm going to end off with a little bit of humor. You gotta watch. You gotta watch Dark Roads Runs.
All right,
California.
Well, we didn't want to have to make this call, but it looks like it's you forced us into a corner here, and no one puts Uber in a corner. So you thought we were bluffing? Nope. We don't care if there's a pandemic going on or wildfires forcing evacuations. People relying on this income. Nope. We are sticking to our guns.
Scott.
And no one's going to tell Uber what to do and how to run this company. Yeah, that's right. So you thought
James
we were
Akers,
bluffing?
thank you for that update.
Well, think again. So
Total 900.
It's going to be lights out in
Uber Eats takes
California.
over.
So
Lights out.
apparently we didn't pass your background check, and we're all too familiar with background checks. But yeah, that's so. Anyways, just like to say that want everybody to make sure California, if you do want us back, you're gonna have to throw a little something our way too. That's a vote yes on Prop 22. Was it yes? Yeah, it was yes. Yes is the one. Sure.
Dark Road Run's in the house. Go to Dark Road
22,
Run's channel. Check out his video. I love it. Great work. You're a born actor, dude.
So,
You
anyways,
are so
but,
quick when it comes
know,
to making funny things. You should be like, should have your own comedy show.
money
Like
anyways, I'm
you
sure.
should be with Chappelle or.
It's actually kind of a convenient time to shut down in California, but so. Anyways,
We have the creator of this video in the house, Dark Road Run. Go and
is,
subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of cool, funny stories.
For too long. And all you passengers out there, it's called a bus. Get used to it. That's right. Yeah, that's right. No more cheap rides to the store or to the, where. Well, actually, I don't know what people do. Yeah, I guess you go into the store. Yeah, if you're not working at home, like 99% of our employees actually are working. I say employees, and that's a sticky term right now these days. But yeah, so yeah, if you're not working at home, and you have to use Uber. Well, too bad. And that goes for Lyft too. Lyft's contacting its own, making its own contacts right now. But so, anyways, and if you want us back and you don't want to pay, a fair price for that ride, then you better vote yes on 22. So that's what it's going to take. This relationship.
Scott, we find out tonight, midnight tonight.
It's always a give and take. So you're going to give us money and we're going to take it.
Give us the money, anyways, we'll take it. That's the best line.
That's about it. So we're sorry to make this call, but yeah, you're all fired. So
we're fired.
We're actually getting kind of used to making these Zoom calls. So, but yeah. Anyways, all right. I'll see you guys in throughout 6 months.
Good job, Dark Road Run. So everyone, I appreciate you. We just short a few minutes of 2 hours. 91 likes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for an amazing stream. Thank you for participating. Thank you for all the heavy hitters in the house. Dark Road Run, Dustin, San Diego Rideshare Pro, Flo, Dan, all of the guys in the house who have their own channels. Appreciate you guys, everyone that contributed today. I hope I gave all of you a shout out. If I haven't given you a shout out today, mention your name right now and I will. Later, Slick Nick, Scott, thank you. John Bauer, thank you. Dark Road Run, thank you. Sherelle, thank you. Mighty Heidi, thank you. Everyone, huge thank you from me. Not for me, from me. Gosh, coffee. Need my coffee and not my Coors Light. Bless you, brother. And go and treat yourself to a good laugh at Dark Road Run's channel. Dan, appreciate you as well. Thank you for putting the gloves on, guys. Thank you for climbing in the ring. Lots of love, lots of hearts, lots of color, lots of energy. We keep on marching forward. Relentless pressure, folks. That's what we're all about. We're here to fight for better conditions and for equality. Thank you, and thank you again. I'm short 1 of 100. Can someone squeeze out numero 100? Anybody? 99, everybody for 99, anybody for 99, anybody for 100, anybody for 100. We got a 99, we got a 99 in the front row. Anybody in the house going to win for 100, anybody for 100 likes. And I'm going to win a 99, I'm going to get a 99. Anybody going to put 100, anybody for 100. Anybody? There it is, 100. Whoa. Man, that set the tone of the day. Thank you for 100. Haven't seen that number for quite some time. I had a little bit of a dipper there on YouTube, was going down a little bit. A lot of people rightfully passed me, fantastic. And working a little bit too much on my cars, etc. Neglected the YouTube a little bit, but came back full force. And there it is, 101 Dalmatians. Somebody just took a 1 away again. There we go, touchdown. Wednesday today, right? First day of school. Kids are back at school. It's hot. Can we have some temperatures, please?
Because you're sitting in front of your
Can we have some feedback on temperatures briefly, so we can just find out what's happening in other cities? Trying to give you temperatures. Anybody? 99, 99, 99, 99, 99. I like you. Do you like me? 99. I eat Calabasas. 99,000 looks. See what my Palm Springs 106. Very hot. Very, very hot. Santa Monica 79. A little bit cooler. Düsseldorf, Germany, got a friends, 79, very hot for Europe. Malibu is 84, a surf time, Malibu, 84. Bryce Canyon, Utah, 90. Nice, very nice. New York is a 73. New York is a little bit cooler, 73. And Phoenix, 109. Vegas, 111. Pico Rivera, 95, 80 in beautiful San Luis, 81 in San Francisco, 108 in Vegas. Thank you for the weather updates. 75 in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thank you for the weather updates. All right, as we sweat away, humidity, make sure we always keep our masks on. Make sure we stay safe. Should we disinfect our cars? Safety, 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 health, 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 number one. Have a great, great day, everyone. Thank you, and thank you again. Cheers. God bless.